So enough of the doom and gloom of AI taking our jobs. In this video, we're going to be learning how to add AI to our applications as developers. Now you're a developer and you are seeing the whole AI trend, the whole AI revolution coming up, and you feel you're already far behind because you never did anything AI, you never built any model in your life or anything like that. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you that you don't actually need to know anything about building AI models to add AI features to your applications. In this video, we're going to be looking at what OpenAI and Google have provided, APIs that they've provided for developers to add AI features to their application. We're going to be looking at five of them. So join me on this journey as we add AI to our application. We're going to be doing that here. Yeah, so let's go. So the first way you can add AI to your application as a developer is using the natural language APIs. OpenAI has the chat API that you can use to be a chatbot. It also has the text completions API. And with Google, you also have Vertex API that you can train and deploy a model into a REST API and call endpoints that can give you natural language processing. They can process natural language. So you can build your own chatbot. You can build an application, for example, you can build a very smart customer management chatbot. Let's say you just feed your entire documentation into the AI and you can have it answer questions, answer customers without you having a support staff to handle that. You can also build something like language sensitivity filters. You can process language sensitivity so that you can build moderators and stuff like that. You can also build interactive learning systems. For example, I saw somebody build a chatbot for learning JavaScript, and the chatbot assumes itself as a professional JavaScript developer, and you can ask the chatbot different type of JavaScript questions and it's going to answer you, all by calling APIs that have been provided by OpenAPI and Google Vertex AI. So like I said, OpenAI has the chatbot API, they have the chat API, and they have the text completion API. Text completion API can do things like predicting what the response to a particular question is. It can also do things like generating grammar checks and stuff like that. So you can use such kind of APIs. You can also use Google's Vertex API to do natural language processing, add natural language processing into your applications just by calling API endpoints. So the second way you can add AI to your application as a developer is by using the speech-to-text APIs provided by OpenAI and Google. OpenAI has the Whisper API, that's their own speech-to-text API, and Google has their own AI speech-to-text API, basically called speech-to-text. And I think they have packed all of those AI APIs under Vertex API, Vertex AI now. So you can use speech-to-text. These speech-to-text APIs can extract speech or text rather from an audio file or a video file. So you can just simply send a video file in your REST request and they're going to extract the text and send it to you. And they can process as much as over 100 languages. So imagine what you can use that kind of thing to do. You can build video transcribers that generate closed captions and generate SRT files for, let's say, like I do YouTube now, I generate SRT files for my closed captions easily, just by feeding an audio file or a video file to this API, and they are all REST APIs. So all you're doing as a developer is calling an API endpoint, feeding it the necessary data, and getting your text back. Like I said, OpenAI has the Whisper API, and Google has the speech-to-text API. The Whisper API is OpenAPI speech-to-text API. And even apart from building something like a video transcriber, you can build a song lyrics generator. You can build something that analyzes text in sound. Maybe you want to do some analysis, do some moderation. You want to remove some sensitive text out of an audio file or out of the transcription of an audio file, and you can simply do all that using the speech-to-text API. So that's the second way you can add AI to your application as a developer without having to build any AI model. And this speech-to-text APIs, like I said, can understand over 100 languages. So now we've looked at two ways you can add AI to your applications as a developer even when you can't build any AI model. We've looked at the natural language processing, we've looked at the speech to text, and now we're going to be going to the third and the fourth one, but we're going to be doing that over there. So the next way you can add AI to your application when you're a developer that doesn't build AI models is using the text-to-speech API. Now this API, I know Google has this text-to-speech API. I've not seen one by OpenAI, but I guess they probably are working on one already. Now what does this API do? What does this API do? It takes a bunch of text, you feed it a bunch of text, and it gives you natural sounding language. How awesome is that?
Hi there, make sure you subscribe to Dev Talk with FK.
Now, this can be used to build awesome things like language translators. You can make your site more accessible to people that are blind so that they can hear text on your site, or do something like as cool as pronunciations. You want to know certain words are pronounced in certain languages, because this API can actually process over 100 languages. So let's say I'm converting something from English to French, I can actually hear how it sounds in French. So text-to-speech API, which is the reverse of the speech-to-text API that we discussed the other time, is another way you can add AI to your application using one of these APIs provided by Google. So let's assume you have a specific use case, you have a peculiar use case, because all the APIs we've been discussing so far are very, very specific. They are specific to a certain purpose. But let's say you have a very peculiar use case. You want to be able to make your own AI do something that is peculiar to you. The OpenAI embedding, no, not the embedding API, we'll talk about that later. The OpenAI fine-tuning API and Google Vertex API can help you achieve this. So I'm sure your next question is, how can you achieve this? They have these base models. Yeah, they have these base models that you can train. You can train the base models with your own data and have them communicate with users of your application or do tasks based on what your data is all about. Let's take, for example, let's make sense of this. Let's take, for example, that you have a school and you want to use this kind of model to do something that is specific to your school. So you can, for example, feed in the curriculum of your school to the model, and students, you can build a chatbot out of that so that students and parents can chat with each chatbot, and it can better advise them on your courses, on your school offerings, on your school programs and stuff like that. So that's one way. Another thing you can do is that you can feed it your entire curriculum. You can feed it your staff. You can feed it what your staff are responsible for, what the subjects that they teach, the courses that they teach, and all that. Feed it your lecture times, feed it the number of classes you have, even the number of seats in the class, and it can help you arrange a timetable. It can arrange a timetable for an entire term, can arrange a timetable for an entire semester. That's also something that it can do automatically for you in a matter of seconds, without you having to sit down and try and make sure that you create a timetable that doesn't clash. And we've all had experience with clashing timetables and clashing class times. So those are the things that you can do with this kind of models. So what you do is you train them, you feed them your own data, then you deploy them into a REST API, and you call endpoints on your REST API that will help you get the information based on the query. And this query is going to get information. The response from the AI is going to be a response that is from your own data. It's not just general data. It's not just some stuff that was fed to the AI from somewhere else. It is your own personal data. So this is customized. This is a way of customizing AI for your own use case. So that is how you can get custom use cases, or rather, how you can build custom features using AI into your application by training these base models with your own data and deploying them to an API REST endpoint. Yeah, we're not going to leave without giving you the fifth way you can add AI to your applications as a developer, and that is for performing tasks like searching, analyzing, and let's say sorting data. Yeah, sometimes you need AI to help you do all those dirty work, and for that, the OpenAI Embeddings API can help you achieve that. The OpenAI Embeddings API. I know Google through Vertex AI can also help you achieve that, but the one that I know is specifically built for that purpose is the OpenAI Embeddings AI. Now, this can help you, like I said, analyze data, search through data when you have especially when you have a big amount of data to work with. So from there, you can build features into your applications that feed on your data, and through that, you can do things like recommend a movie, or probably project stock and tell you the stocks that is going to probably the crypto that is going to be, the next Bitcoin and stuff like that. So you use them to do a lot of analytical work. And if you have a lot of data that you have to process, if you have a lot of data that you have to search, you have data that you need to analyze to compare, the Embeddings API by OpenAI is what would help you achieve that. And that is the fifth way you can add AI to your applications as a developer that does not build any AI model, that knows nothing about building AI model. So there you have it. Those are your 5 ways to add AI to your applications as a developer. If you have any more ideas or any more APIs that help you achieve this, please come to the comment section and let other people know about them. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and be sure to follow our channel for more videos like this. Thank you.